Welcome back. We're now at lesson 23, and this is where things get personal. We're shifting from time-related commands into identity, and meet Sarah. She's logged in, she's at her own terminal, she tries to edit an nginx config file, and Linux slaps her with permission denied. Why? Because Linux doesn't just care who you are, it cares which groups you belong to, and the command that reveals all of that, your full Linux ID card, is just 2 letters, ID. So what does ID actually reveal? 3 things, always working together. First, your UID, a number that's the real you to Linux. Root is always 0, and regular humans like Sarah start at 1001. Second, your GID, your primary group, usually named after you. And third, the list of extra groups you've joined later, sudo, docker, www.data, each one quietly handing you new powers. Master those 3 pieces and you've cracked roughly 80% of every permission error you'll ever see. So let's actually try it. Open your terminal, type ID, press enter, and just like that, one dense line appears. You'll see something like UID 1000 learner, then GID 1000 learner, then a list of groups including sudo and maybe docker. That's your complete Linux identity card in a single line, who you are, your home group, and every club you belong to. Remember Sarah's permission denied error? The answer is hiding right here in this output. Now that full output is great for humans, but sometimes you only need one piece of the puzzle. That's where these 3 flags come in. Lowercase u gives you just the UID, a single number, perfect for scripts that check am I root. Lowercase eg returns only your primary group ID, and ng with a capital G lists all your group names. That's how you'd quickly confirm whether you're in the sudo or docker group. Here's the pattern to remember. Lowercase means primary, uppercase means all. You'll see that convention everywhere in Linux. Here's where it gets really powerful. Pass a username to ID, and you can investigate anyone on the system. Look at Sarah. Her output shows she's a member of sudo and docker. Now look at Tom, just his own group, nothing else. And suddenly, the mystery from earlier starts to unravel. Sarah can run admin commands because she's in sudo. Tom can't because he isn't. When a teammate asks, why can she do this and I can't? Run ID on both, compare the groups, and the difference is your answer. Let's see this in action. Mia tries to run docker ps and hits permission denied, but it worked yesterday. Her first move? Run ID. The output shows UID 1000, GID 1000, and groups, just Mia and sudo, no docker group. There's the smoking gun. Someone removed her from it overnight. She runs ID ng to confirm, messages the SysAdmin, and she's done. From mystery to root cause in about 10 seconds, that's the power of ID. Now here's the gotcha that catches almost every Linux beginner, exactly once. Say the sysadmin adds Mia back to Docker with usermod AG. She runs ID immediately, and Docker still isn't there. Did the command fail? No, it worked perfectly. The system file is updated, but her shell cached its group list way back when she logged in. The fix is simple. Log out and back in, or run new grp docker to spawn a fresh shell with the new group active right away. So ID is your identity lookup, but it really shines when paired with other commands. 3 combos you'll use constantly. Groups, when you just want the group list without UID and GID clutter. WOMI, when all you need is the username, the smallest possible identity question, and sudo, the action partner, pipe ID ng into grep sudo, to check if you're allowed, then escalate. ID answers who, these 3 turn that answer into action. Now it's your turn. 2 minutes, 3 commands. First, type ID with no arguments and really look at that line. That's your full identity card. Then run ID U to see just your numeric UID, probably 1000 if you're the first user on the system. Finally, ID ng to list your group names, and scan that list for sudo or docker. If sudo is there, Sarah's mystery is officially solved on your machine. And that's lesson 23 in the books, Identity Revealed. You've got the 4 moves down, ID for the full card, the 3 pieces inside it, the flags to isolate just one, and the trick of checking other users by name. Next up, Lesson 24 zooms in on groups with its own dedicated command, cleaner output, same critical info, and then we close out Stage 5 with Pass WD. See you there.